Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Senator Maile Shimabukuro, and welcome to the first hearing of the Hawaiian Affairs Committee on the Senate side. And we have 6 measures on our agenda for today. And I wanted to introduce the other members of the Hawaiian Affairs Committee that are with us today. Our Vice Chair, Senator Jarrett Keohokalole, is here. We also have Senator Laura Ocasio, member. I think I just saw Senator Kurt Favela signing in. And I think that might be it for the members at this point. Did I forget anyone? I don't see anyone else's name on my screen. Could be missing, but others may be coming in later. So we do have a quorum at this point, which is good. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first bill on the measure on the agenda, which is SB 211, and this requires that the Hawaiian version of a law be held binding if the law in question was originally drafted in Hawaiian and then translated into English. So first testifier we have the Attorney General's office. Are they here? Okay, if they're not here yet, they have comments. I don't hear anyone chiming up. So we'll come back to Attorney Generals if they do come at a later time. Next we have OHA, and I did see Dr. Hussey here. OHA, you can proceed.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. Yes, we are here. We also have our court counsel, Everett Ota, who is here if there are any questions relating to this SB item.
And you have a 3-minute time limit, so you see that. I hope you can see the timer on your screen.
I do. You're talking about SB 231, correct?
No, 211. And you can stand on your
211.
testimony if you wish, or
Yes.
if you wish to make a comment, you can. Or...
We're fine standing on our comments and testimony provided. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Nako'olani Warrington in support. Is she here?
Hi, Senator. They're not here in the Zoom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I guess, okay, so the Zoom where it says approved, is that who is here?
Yes,
okay.
if the Zoom column says approved, they're going or will have access to the Zoom room to make their oral testimony.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Next we have Titus Matthews in support. Kenneth Conklin, Center for Hawaiian Sovereign Studies opposition. Namaka in support. Crystal Kia Paul support. Dr. Benton Pang support. Fina Bonoan in support. And we have some late testimony from Kehao in support, and Samuel Kaululo also support. See, did I miss anyone that wanted to testify on SB 211? Once. Okay. And so, members, do you have any questions? SB 211. Yes, Vice Chair Keohokalole.
Yeah, for OHA, I'm just wondering if you've seen the Attorney General's testimony and care to comment.
Senator, I have not, and we would reserve any comment until we've had a complete opportunity to take a look at that.
Okay, well, if I may, then if that's the case, basically, what my read of what the Attorney General is saying is that HRS 1-13 already provides for this, and that the existing legal precedent provides for this. And so the testimony that you folks submitted does not specifically speak to the legal applicability of the statutory change. And so, in fairness to you folks, if this bill passes and moves to judiciary, I would ask that you folks directly address the comments of the Attorney General. Thank you.
Understand. Thank you.
Yeah, good point. Members, any other questions or comments about SB 211? Okay. Seeing none, but then we're going to move on to SB 238. This amends ballot requirements to display candidates for OHA by residency and non-residency requirements, and to randomize the order of a candidate names within those groupings. And so first up, we have Cheryl B. With comments, Sandy Ma for Common Cause Hawai'i with comments, and Dr. Benton Pang support on late testimony from the Office of Elections with comments. Did I miss anybody that's on Zoom that wants to testify on SB 238? Okay, seeing none, members, do you have any comments, questions? Okay, this is a bill we've heard before. Okay, next we have SB 195. This amends the process for electing members of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, requires Reapportionment Commission to establish a reapportionment plan based on basic island units for members of the Board of Trustees of OHA, so that they are elected according to their respective districts rather than at large statewide election. So first up, we have OHA with comments.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have Everett Ota here who can provide some insights on our comments.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair Shimabukuro, members. OHA stands on its written testimony and is available for any questions by the committee. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Attorney General with comments. Doesn't look like they plan to attend. Dr. Conklin, Center for Hawaiian Sovereignty Studies, opposition. Dr. Benton Pang in support. Kamala Werner, MPH, in support. And I think that's all for the testimony SB 195. Did I miss anyone that wanted to testify on SB 195? Seeing none, members, do you have any questions about SB 195? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on then to SB 196. This proposes a state constitution amendment to require the Reapportionment Commission to establish a reapportionment plan to draw district lines for the total number of members of the Board of Trustees of OHA. And so first up, we have OHA with comments.
So Madam Chair, yeah.
Excuse
Go ahead.
me. OHA stands on its written comments and is available for any questions from the committee. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Attorney General's Office with comments, and Center for Hawaiian Sovereignty Studies in opposition. Anyone else that I missed for SB 196 testify? Okay, seeing none, members, any questions? This is going really fast. Okay, next, SB 321. This requires agencies that collect receipts for any disposition of the public land trust to each fiscal quarter transfer to OHA 20% of each receipt from the disposition. Returns to OHA certain monies previously claimed as public land trust overpayments to the office. Establish a public land trust revenues negotiating committee. First up, we have DLNR with in opposition.
Yes, good afternoon, hello, Chair. Russell Tsuji for DLNR. We submitted written testimony in opposition, and we stand by that. I just wanted to add that, in light of the current financial situation of the state, and most departments and offices are being asked to reduce our budgets, that I just don't think it's an appropriate time for an increase in the OHA share from 15.1. But I'm available for questions.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Attorney General's Office with comments. Next, we have Department of Transportation in support. HPHA with comments. Want to see, hi Ben, hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. I'm sorry, Director Wansafi is unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but on another Zoom hearing with Senate Housing Committee. So I just wanted to introduce myself and Ben Park in the Hawaii Public Housing Authority. We just wanted to stand another testimony appreciating the intent and just note our concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Office of Information Practices with comments. UH with comments. OHA in support.
Thank you, Chair. Sylvia Hussey, CEO for OHA. We stand in support of our testimony and are available for any questions.
Thank you. League of Women Voters with comments. Kupuna for the Mo'opuna in support. HHSC with comments. Hawaii Appleseed Center for Law and Economic Justice in support. Claudia Rice, support. Center for Hawaiian Sovereignty Studies, opposition. Debbie Maderos, support. Laura Silver, support. Kahea Faria, in support. Is she here? She looks like she was going to be in the Zoom. Kahea Faria?
Hi, Senator Shimabukuro. Kahea Faria is not in the Zoom room at this time.
Oh, okay, okay. Just if she does come in, please let me know.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you. Max Castanera, support. Liz M. These are all in support. Liz M. Gordon Lindsay, Namaka, Ikaika Ramones, Sean Kiahi Spencer, Dr. Benton Pang, Kevin Davis, Isaiah. DOA has comments. And these are all in support. Banner, Fanene, Healani Sonoda Pale, Donna Santos, Kamwela Werner, Ka'a Kuniali'i Olana, wow, okay, Iwohi. Okay, and then these are in, oh wait, opposition. Well, this is all from DLNR. Oh, these are all DLNR staff members. Kevin Moore, Ian Hirokawa, Suzanne Case, Robert Masuda, Amel Chan. Then we've got some late testimony, BNF with comments, and Noelani Nakasone in support. Okay, did I miss anybody that's here for SB 321, the Public Lands Trust Bill, that wants to testify? Okay. Okay, so members, do you have any questions? No questions, even from the vice chair. Yeah, this is a very complex bill. I guess I had some questions. Yeah, some questions. Just wanted to clarify. So, you know, I guess maybe this question would be for OHA. You know, the OIP recommended that the exclusion from chapter 92 is limited to just the sunshine law portion of it. Is that something that you agree with? Chapter 91 or 20. Just wanted to clarify that they weren't accepting, they didn't want, you know, we didn't intend for the entire public lands, the committee to be exempted.
Everett,
Would you have a comment on that, OHA?
Good afternoon, Chair Shimabukuro, Vice Chair Keo Kalole, members of the committee. My name is Everett Ota. I'm corporate with OHA Corporate Counsel. You know, as to the, I guess, limiting the exemption to Chapter 92 related to the Sunshine Law, you know, I think a lot of the information that would be subject of the negotiating committee would likely come from public sources. You know, I think there's probably going to have to be some ongoing discussions between the members of the committee as they work out, you know, the parameters for.
Okay.
We might have lost Everett.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Here he is.
I think you gotta unmute yourself. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry about that. So as I was saying, you know, a lot of the information I think would be coming from public sources, but there would be some, you know, information. Well, I guess I can't. Yeah, I guess I don't. I guess there could be some information that's, you know, maybe. Well, I guess that would still be covered by other privileges and maybe not subject to disclosure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm maybe not initially.
Chair, could I offer
Yes.
a follow-up? As it relates to 92 and the specific terms of investigative, I refer to a experience with the permitted interaction group construct. That's part of that section, including investigative versus negotiating pig purposes. So for on first read of that, that is a construct that we would understand to guide any future work.
Okay. Members, any other questions? Okay, seeing none, then let's move on to the last bill on our agenda. This is SB 389, appropriates monies to fund the operating expenses of OHA for fiscal biennium beginning July 1, 2021, ending June 30, 2023. And so first up, we have OHA.
Thank you, Chair. Sylvia Hussey, CEO of OHA. We stand on our testimony of support. We are requesting the base budget of approximately $3 million. We know it is the start of a conversation in contributing equitably to reductions by all state department and agencies given this time. We do want to point out that 51% of the total $3 million ask is made up of provisions to continue our decade partnership with the state to match with OHA trust funds for our constituents and beneficiaries. So we are available for any of the committee's inquiries as desired.
Thank you. Next, we have Kupuna for the Mo'opuna in support. We have Hawaii Appleseed Center for Law and Economic Justice in support. And we have several individuals. These are all in support. Francis Denon, Tadia Rice, Debbie Maderos, Laura Silva, Kahea Faria, if she's here yet, Liz M., Gordon Lindsay, Sean Spencer, Dr. Benton Pang, Kevin Davis, Donna Santos, Kelvin Gonzalez, Kamala Werner, and Noelani Nakasone. Okay. Is there anyone else that I missed for SB 389 that's on Zoom? Okay, members, any questions? Okay. Seeing none. Okay, well, in that case, I don't have questions either. Then let's recess for decision-making discussion then. We'll recess. Okay, we're back from recess and ready to talk about our decisions for the bills. So after conferring with the committee, for the first bill, SB 211, Hawaiian law, I'm going to recommend we pass out an SD1, so passing with amendments, and we're going to, let's see, technical amendments from SMA. But in the committee report, I would like to summarize the Attorney General's concerns. And I'd also like to mention whether the JDC committee would want to consider case law and whether case law should be also considered as to whether that should be overridden or whether it should be controlling. And also, obviously, I want the JDC committee to them to consider the AG's concerns as well. Any discussion or questions, members? Okay, seeing none, Vice Chair Keokolole, if you can take the vote.
So that's, I'm
With
sorry,
amendments.
that's with amendments? With amendments,
Yes.
right. Okay, members voting on SB 211, the chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair Shimabukuro.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Ihara is excused. Senator Favela.
Aye.
Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you very much. Second bill, SB 238. This is randomizing the names of the OHA candidates. Recommendation is to pass with technical amendments from SMA. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, Vice Chair Keokolole.
Okay, members voting on SB 238, the chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair Shimabukuro.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Ihara is excused. Senator Favela.
Aye.
Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you very much. SB 195, this is Aloha Elections by Island. Recommendation is to pass with amendments with the Attorney General's recommendations and also the SMA recommendations for amendments. And I also want to note the concerns raised by OHA in the committee report. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, Vice Chair Keohokalole, take the vote, please.
Members voting on SB 195, the chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of 4 members of the committee, are there any members with reservations? Are there any members opposed? Okay, seeing none, all members vote aye. Senator Ihara is excused. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Fourth bill, SB 196. This is the OHA constitutional amendment for the reapportionment committee. Recommendation is to pass with amendments with the Attorney General and SMA's technical amendments as well. So Attorney General's amendments. And I also want to note OHA's concerns in the committee report. So same as the last bill. Any discussion? Okay. Seeing none, Vice Chair Keohokalole.
Members voting on SB 196, the chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of 4 members of the committee, are there any reservations or opposition? Seeing none. Oh.
Sorry, I have reservations.
Okay, reservations for Senator Ocasio. Any other reservations or opposition? Okay, seeing none, Senator Ihara is excused. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. For the 5th measure, SB 321, this is the OHA Public Lands Trust Bill. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. And I'm going to adopt the amendments recommended by 4 different entities. There was Attorney General's Office, OIP, OHA, and SMA. Now for the Attorney General's Office, in their last paragraph of their testimony, they provided 2 different options about the quarterly payments, and I wanted to go with the second option, keeping the requirement but adding clarity. I also want to make an amendment to zero out the amounts requested in this bill, but to list those amounts in the committee report for the reference of the Ways and Means Committee. And then I also wanted to acknowledge and summarize the testimony of several other departments that submitted their testimony and asked for amendments as well, but just put their concerns in the committee report. So those departments were UH, HPHA, HHSC, DOA, BNF, and DLNR. Okay, so any discussion, members? Okay, seeing none, Vice Chair Keohokalole, the vote, please.
Members, we're voting on SB 321. The chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of 4 members, are there any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted, Chair.
Thank you. And then finally, SB 389, this is the OHA budget bill. Recommendation is to pass with the technical amendments from SMA, if any. And then also I want to zero out the amounts in the bill, but include the amounts requested in the committee report. Okay, any discussion? Okay, seeing none, Vice Chair Keohokalole.
Members voting on SB 389, the chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of 4 members of the committee, are there any nays or reservations? Okay, seeing none, Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Okay, very good. Thank you. We're going to be adjourning, and we have a hearing on Thursday at 1 o'clock. Same thing, virtual. Thank you very much, members, and those who attended. We are adjourned.